Hi, I'm Alison from Ministry of Craft and I'm here today with David Luke's school uniform to show you how to sew buttons onto blazers. The things that you're going to need to do this: some buttons, some scissors, some pins. If you're sewing it on by hand, you'll need needle and thread and sewing foot. To start off with, I'll show you how to sew a button on by hand. You need to mark the position of where the button is going to go. If you put you can see the buttonhole is there, and if I push a pin through that, it will come out where you need to sew it in position. Out. Put another pin in place. If you do the needle with a double thread, you need a knot in the end. The much stronger fastened on button, and you'll be able to do it a lot faster. The first thing I'm going to do is just anchor the thread. I'm going to go take the pin out now because I know where I'm sewing it. A couple of stitches on top of each other, just like that. And I'm going to come up through one of the holes, and then I'm going to put a pin in between the button and the stitches I'm going to do. So what the shank will do is it will leave a little bit of a distance between the button and the fabric here to allow the other layer to be buttoned over in place. So you need to go up about 6 times. Pulling the thread all the way each time. Okay, now on this stitch I'm not going to go all the way through. I'm going to take it between the back of the button and the top of the jacket, because this is where you're going to form the shank. Okay, so I'll take that pin out now, and that's given me this bit of movement, and I'm going to wind the thread around those stitches at the back about 6 times again, and then push the needle through the back. There we go. And then from the back I'll do 2 or 3 stitches on top of each other. I'm going to just go through the loop of thread here to form a knot on the surface, and I'll cut that thread there. Okay, so you've got a button hand sewn that's nice and secure, and it's not going to come off. First of all, I'm going to put a chalk mark where the pin is so I can take the pin out of the way, and you'll need to set the machine to a zigzag stitch, which on my machine it's number 7, because what you're going to do is you're going to attach the button by zigzagging in and out of each hole about 7 or 8 times. I'm also going to change the foot, so I'll release this foot and put on the button sewing foot. And then I also need to lower the feed dog, because while I'm sewing the button on, while I'm zigzagging in and out of it, the feed dog would normally move the fabric through, the garment through, whatever you're working on, but I don't want that to happen. I want the button to stay where it is while I sew in and out of it. So there's a slider on the back of my machine, which if I move to one side, it's lowered the feed dog down. I'm going to balance the button there in place. So I need to position the needle over the left hand hole. And I'm happy about that. I'm going to lower the presser foot so the foot will hold the button still, and just slowly I'm going to just double check that the needle, when it moves to the right, it's going to go up and down for a little bit first, but when it moves to the right, that it goes down in the middle of the other hole. There we are, yeah. So now I'm going to do about 6 stitches. Lift the presser foot up to take the button foot up, pull that away, and I'll just give the button a little pull just to, yeah, that's on nice and tight. The buttons on nice and strong, and that's a really fast way of sewing buttons on the machine. There we go, all fixed and ready to use.